What you focus on expands. This simple truth is one of the most powerful principles that governs your results. Your results, your emotion, your life. Your life. Your life. Your life. Whether it's fear or faith, scarcity or abundance, problems or solutions, whatever you keep your eyes on will grow in your life. If you keep focusing on what's missing, you will always feel a sense of lack. If you constantly talk about how tired you are, how hard things are, how people are unfair or opportunities are limited, you are planting seeds of limitation in the soil of your mind. And here's the thing about seeds. You may not see it immediately, but give it time, and those thoughts will begin to shape your mood, your choices, and your destiny. Let's say you wake up in the morning and all you can think about is how much you hate your job. You think about it while brushing your teeth. You complain in your mind during the commute. You tell your coworkers about it. Then you go home and vent about it again. What are you doing? You're watering the seed of frustration. You're not just experiencing a hard day. You're expanding it. That job now feels heavier. That boss feels more toxic. That work becomes more suffocating, not necessarily because anything changed, but because your focus made the problem bigger than it was. Now reverse that. What if instead of focusing on the job you hate, you focus on the skills you're building? What if you start thanking God that you have income while you work on something better? What if you use your energy to build your side business instead of complaining about your 9 to 5? All of a sudden, things begin to shift. You start finding ideas. You meet new people. Opportunities appear not because the world changed, but because your focus changed. Your energy moved from bitterness to building. And what you build expands. Here's a short example to bring this to life. There was a young man named Andre who started a small business selling fitness equipment online. In the beginning, it was slow. Orders were inconsistent, advertising was expensive, and every week it felt like he was falling behind. Andre became obsessed with the challenges. He focused on the shipping delays, the supplier issues, the refund requests. He would spend hours every day going through what went wrong, analyzing his mistakes, and replaying negative outcomes. And it only got worse. He felt overwhelmed. He thought about quitting, because the more he focused on the struggle, the bigger it became. He wasn't lying to himself. Those problems were real, but his focus made them feel impossible. Then one day, during a mentoring call, his coach asked him a simple question. What's working? Andre hesitated. No one had asked him that. He had been so focused on the problems that he never thought to examine what was going right. He realized his best-selling product had a 5-star review average. He noticed his repeat customers were increasing slowly. He saw that his email marketing was getting great open rates. Suddenly he saw possibility. He started spending more time highlighting those strengths, improving what was working instead of just fixing what was broken. Within 3 months, his energy changed. His business didn't explode overnight, but it got traction. His confidence came back. He leaned into what was succeeding, and that focus helped him grow his revenue, improve his systems, and eventually scale. Why? Because what he focused on expanded. You see, your brain is like a spotlight. It doesn't light up the entire room. It shines on what you choose to look at, and the rest, it stays in the dark. This is why 2 people can go through the same event. Let's say losing a job and have 2 totally different experiences. One person says, "This is the worst thing that ever happened to me. I'm ruined." The other says, "This is the push I needed to start my own business." One is stuck, the other is propelled. Why? Not because of the event, but because of the focus. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing where to direct your power. You can acknowledge a problem without surrendering to it. You can see lack but focus on strategy. You can feel fear and still put your faith in the outcome you want, not the one you're afraid of. When you focus on fear, you attract hesitation. You hesitate to try, to risk, to leap. When you focus on failure, you doubt your ability to win. But when you focus on growth, you take action. When you focus on serving others, you unlock doors to opportunity. And when you focus on what you can control, you move from victim to leader. You cannot control everything that happens around you, but you can always control what you magnify. Focus is your superpower. If you aim it at the negative, you'll live in defeat. But if you direct it toward vision, possibility, and action, you will live in progress, no matter how long it takes. Even in your relationships, the same principle applies. If you constantly focus on your partner's flaws, those flaws grow in your mind. But if you focus on their strengths, on the love, on the potential, you begin to see more of what's good. Why? Because what you focus on expands. In business, leadership, health, faith, or family, it's the same law. What you focus on expands. If you want better results, start by changing your attention. Don't just react to what is. Create the lens through which you see it. Don't let the noise of the problem drown out the sound of your promise. Decide today to fix your focus. Focus on solutions. Focus on service. Focus on growth. Because the more you do, the more you'll experience the truth that's been waiting for you all along. What you focus on expands. So choose wisely. The world pays for solutions, not complaints. That statement might seem simple on the surface, but it holds the secret to success in business, relationships, leadership, and life. People often get stuck in cycles of frustration, wondering why their talent is overlooked, their hard work isn't recognized, or their income isn't growing. And the answer more often than not is this. They've become experts at identifying problems, but amateurs at delivering solutions. Complaining is easy. Anybody can do it. In fact, most people do. You walk into a room and you'll hear people talking about how hard life is, how bad the economy is, how ungrateful their boss is, how unfair the system is. Problems are important. They reveal areas where growth is needed, but your power lies in what you do with that awareness. Do you become a broken record of frustration, or do you rise up and offer a better way? This even applies to your personal life. If all you do in a relationship is talk about what the other person is doing wrong, you're selling complaints. But if you approach the relationship with solutions, more understanding, better communication, actions that build instead of break, you change the dynamic. You go from conflict to connection. Let me be clear, bringing solutions doesn't mean you have all the answers overnight. It means you come with the intention to fix, to build, to elevate. It means instead of draining the energy from a room, you bring light to it. Instead of magnifying the problem, you offer a perspective that helps people move forward. Complaining puts you in the passenger seat. It makes you powerless. It says, I see what's wrong, but I'm not willing to change it. Solutions put you in the driver's seat. They say, I see what's wrong, and I'm going to do something about it. One voice becomes noise. The other becomes influence. And let's talk money, because this is true in business more than anywhere else. People don't pay you because you're passionate. They don't pay you because you try hard. Your story must lead to power, not pity. That one sentence can change the way you speak, the way you lead, and the way you show up in the world. Every single person walking this earth has a story, a history, a background filled with challenges, setbacks, heartbreaks, and breakthroughs. It's when you take your why me and turn it into a watch me. When you talk about your journey, focus on the lesson, not just the loss. Focus on the growth, not just the grief. Let people know that, yes, you were there, but you're not there anymore. That shift changes everything. A problem-minded person immediately falls into fear, shame, or blame. Oh, why did this happen to me? What if I can't pay my bills? The company never appreciated me. I should have seen it coming. Those thoughts spiral and create paralysis. They focus only on what was lost. Every day, life will give you reasons to feel stuck, frustrated, or hopeless. But with the right mindset, you can take those same moments and turn them into momentum. It all depends on what you choose to focus on. Problems will always exist, but possibility is always present too. It's just quieter